how do you think, hiring in a low-code world is different from hiring a traditional software programmer?
I think the difference is vast. I have been involved in a very large project in my consulting career. And we were doing a Mendix project, and there was a different technology using high code. And that project had 40 programmers. And to my mind, it's an insane number.
Mm.
But all these guys, they were very technically proficient, but because the project was so large and it required so much programming, the people skills of all these programmers, they weren't a primary concern. Usually when you do Mendix projects, especially at a Nexus, we have 2 to 3 developers, and they do everything. We don't have dedicated information analysts, business analysts, so that role falls to the developers as well. So you need much more, how would I say that, much more rounded consultants, resources. And so really the people skills are very important. And Mendix makes it very easy to develop, so you don't need a hardcore IT background to be able to deliver very nice applications. And so the focus really shifts from being very technically proficient to being a much more all-round consultant, even for our internal resources.
And just before I move to you, Eric, Ron, do you think it's important that the kind of skill set if we call them programmers still, do you think it's important that they have to have a programming background? Is what merits, when you're looking for the right candidate, what kind of skill set do you think is ideal for a low-code world?
For a generic all-round programmer in the low-code world, you need to have some technical proficiency, but you need to be very able to analyze requirements, know how you are going to implement them, and you need to be very much a people person, because you will have small teams, and this setting asks a lot of you when communicating with your product owner or your other stakeholders.
Would you imagine that to produce, in your experience, to produce the same amount of software that you've done in your experience, would you normally have more people involved and a wider diversity of people?
You would traditionally have more people involved. There is another point I want to make on the previous subject when hiring resources.
Yeah.
And that is this. You will run into requirements that are not an excellent fit for the Mendix platform. And so you will extend the Mendix platform, either through custom JavaScript code to create beautiful front ends, or to create custom logic using Java. And so this is one of the challenges in our team of 26. We need to be able to, we need to have this capability in our team. We need to have a few people who are proficient in JavaScript, and we need to have a few people who are proficient in Java. But most of our programmers do not require these hardcore IT skills.
That's fantastic. Good update. Thank you for that. And Eric, I think you mentioned you've got 4 programmers. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. And I'm glad to hear from Ron, while we don't know each other, that we have the same attitude about this, because I was wondering how we take care of this, because now we have this low-code platform. We have a new type of programmers, and those programmers are selected to become more creative. And of course, we have some, as Ron said, hardcore programmers, and they are less empathic than others. And now we are able to have more creative, empathic people, and they created new developments. They are more accessible for the people which are working, let's say, in our business on the water. So and they have this human touch, and yeah, we became more lean and mean in our company to have this creative low-code programmers. So it's necessary, as Ron has said, JavaScript code. Yes, we have these programmers, JavaScript code programmers. But besides, we also take now more creative people how to build up the needs of this in this company, and even the needs which were never accessible for this company because it took too much time and too much people to make a program, to make a software program, and then connect it to our existing platform. That was a job for let's say years sometimes.